All right.
And
How much you
again,
paying child support?
Yeah. I don't pay nothing in child support.
Ooh.
Like, I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm still
on different
a good dad.
But you don't pay child support?
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day, you take them to the doctor's offices, you take them to practices,
I mess with women that got
they
themselves together.
Salam, I'm your host Zaza, and today we're going to be talking about the comedian TK Kirkland and this interview he did about a year ago. Well, he talked about how he doesn't pay child support. Now, the clips are circulating and they're going viral, but I included the conversation that happened prior, and I will also have a link to the video below, and I am going to include a timestamp somewhere where you can go straight to the part about child support if you don't want to hear any backstory. But we're going to get right into it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Well, here's the reality of that.
This is my story.
I hear you.
Which one you choosing? A person that has money, but he doesn't turn you on.
I need someone to stimulate my mind. So I'm not a very sexual person, like physically. I need someone to stimulate my mind. And someone who stimulates my mind is not a broke nigga.
I do not like whenever women call a man nigga. It irks me. It makes my skin crawl. Like, if I'm in a relationship with a man, I be calling him babe, boo, like stuff like that. Bookie, little cute little names. But I just can't stand that. It's so masculine. Like, I get if it's like your family or something like that. Like, me and my cousins, we might talk to each other a certain way, but not my man. I ain't calling my man nigga. I can't do it.
Okay.
For you to be able to stimulate
stay focused
brain,
on me. I'm focused on what I just said, the scenario. This person...
I'm taking whoever stimulates my mind.
He's going to stimulate your mind.
Yes, you can't be... I don't care how much money you got. You can't bore me.
Okay, so you rock it with the person that's broke.
But let me tell you something. For him for him to have stimulated my mind, he would never be in that position.
But what happened is, because there are people who...
No, I've never met one that can stimulate my mind and has paper plates.
Okay, I respect that.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have paper plates. I got solo cups, and I have, I take all the stuff.
But you also have the other stuff, too.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You got to be versatile. Right. You can't tell me, I don't mind paper plates.
Let's say that same guy who...
What I have learned about women is they always say what they won't accept, what they won't deal with from men. But then if she think he fan enough, or if she's horny enough, or if she is mad at her boyfriend enough, she's going to drop every last one of them things she said. I have seen it. Like, I got some cousins who's really tall. I'm fair for that. I got cousins who like 6'7", 6'9". I have a tall family, and it be the prettiest girls that be with them, and the niggas ain't shit. And I just be wondering, like, why the fuck is you dealing with this man? He ain't got shit to offer you. Like, he don't even do shit. All he do is sit there and look pretty. It'll be women like this. Soon as they see my cousin, because he tall, fan from Chicago with tats and dress, all that bullshit go out the window. He had you sitting up in the trap with your Fashion Nova on, with your little bougie ass. Ain't nobody listening to this shit.
Who had the paper plates. Mm-hmm. He has a little change. He got a little bit.
He would have at least some IKEA plates in his house.
And you don't really like the way he's moving. Say, baby, you're doing well for yourself. You got to get some real
a man like here. That, it would be like the dishes would be ugly, and I'd be like, let's just change them out to something wide. Right. They would probably have like tacky ones.
Right.
I don't mind tacky ones, but at least you got some.
Okay.
Because we can work with that. But nothing. Mm-mm.
Okay, I respect that.
Okay, so that took way longer than I thought it would, but it was a good conversation. I like it. So honestly, I do know you from comedy. Because we have people in common, but outside of that, I don't know much about TK Kirkland, right? I feel like even when I tried to Google, right, there wasn't much information about your personal life, your upbringing. I love that. Mystery man, always toxic. Right. So I want to know, how many kids do you have?
I have 7.
You're 63, 7 children. Your youngest?
16, a boy.
Younger than mine?
Yeah,
okay.
16. Mm-hmm. All
right, wow, it's 63? So 63. So 63 minus 10 is 53, minus 6, 47?
Yeah, about
57.
That.
47,
47, yeah.
Yikes.
Awesome.
Whew. Was there any sperm left at that time? Yeah. It's probably like the only one that came out like, oh, here's just me strangling along.
Awesome.
You will notice throughout this video, she keep trying to roast him. And this is not like a stand-up comedy. This is not something she's supposed to be doing like for shits and giggles. He's dead serious. He is not playing with this lady. But she keep on trying to throw little shots at him, and it's irking me because he could get on them damn brows that she got. Because why do it look like you're saying, huh? Why do your eyebrows look so close to your forehead, ma'am? Why?
Strangling
Yeah,
along.
awesome.
All right, so you have 7 kids. How many babies, mamas?
7. It couldn't be no other way.
1. Okay.
Yeah,
The oldest is how old?
37.
Okay, my age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You grew up in Jersey, mom and dad together?
Everybody's deceased.
But were they together?
Yes, absolutely.
They were
together.
married,
Yep, married
all the way through?
Ever since they was 18.
Was that a relationship that you would say was like a healthy relationship?
Yeah, they was healthy until they all died.
No shit. They're fucking dead.
They're deceased. Yes.
All right. Well, what do you consider a healthy relationship or healthy marriage?
They provided for us. They loved their kids.
I said you were talking about children. Mom, dad.
No, I'm getting to that.
What you saw?
I think that they provided the kind of man that I am today. Hardworking, honest, brutal. And then you know how sometimes you got kids that'll go astray. That'll do crazy things.
How many siblings?
Because you get up at 2, but they're deceased as well.
So it was 3 of you guys.
Yeah, it was 3. I was the middle kid. So they're deceased too. But you know, in life you have these moments where you can get off track. And I got off track for a while, did a lot of crazy things, and then came back on point. Boom. And the rest is history.
TK, that's a lot. So unpack there alone. Your parents are gone. Your siblings are gone. And I asked you this morning when we were at the radio show, I was like, do you do therapy? Do you go to therapy? And you said no.
No.
Do you... That's a lot to like
I
carry with you.
I don't know the word, but my kids made me feel amazing one day. They was like, "Dad, I don't know how you do it because I don't know what we would do if all my brothers and sisters was going with my mom and dad."
Are they all over the country?
Not all over the country, but they're in a few states. It's called living the dream in my world.
What dream? That's the TK dream.
That's the American. Yours is the American dream. My dream is my dream. Let me have my dream.
So this was your dream, to have children with different women all over the place.
But what I've learned in life is not to complain. I've learned to accept my decision making, even though I had something on the post the other day. I felt like if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have any children.
I'm gonna play the full thing because
I wouldn't have any children. And the reason why I wouldn't have any kids,
you're giving that person the ability to control your life.
Is it right?
Ooh, yes. Think about it.
You have kids yourself.
I have kids. I have kids from and if I had to do it all over again, I don't think I have any children. Right. I love my kids. I tell people now, even though you love your children, if you're not with the father or the mom, a child is a bookmark. It reminds you of the fucking mistake you made that night or nights for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Right, if it's not planned.
If it's not planned. Exactly. This is why you got to wear a condom, because all you got to do, if you don't believe me, everybody, on Monday mornings, I want you to go downtown in your local area and go to child support court and sit in the fucking lobby. And you would think that you was going to a Future and Drake concert, seeing the people lined up in that. It's for real. So what is it you don't like about that?
There's a lot.
I'm
Where
listening.
do we start?
Okay.
So 1, you have 7.
Yes.
I can understand 1 being an oops.
Yes.
I was 17 when I got pregnant with my daughter.
Yes.
18 when I had her. I will say that was like, fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Never happened again.
Yes.
Why? Because once you know better, you do better. So you're trying to tell me that you know better, but you have a child that's 37. You also have one that's 16.
Yeah.
This is really interesting to me because how many story times do we have to see a women talking about their ex and some type of crazy DV situation and how they constantly went back? How many times do we have to see these women online begging for money for their rent? I got 4 kids. I work at Subway. I got fired. I can't afford my rent. Well, why do you have 4 kids? Now, I'm all for accountability. If we was holding women and baby mamas to the same standard she trying to hold this baby daddy to, you wouldn't hear no complaints from me. But it's disingenuous because if you really feel that way about him and about how he should have learned from his mistakes, then why are women not held to the same standard? Make it make sense.
Yes.
That is like 19 years difference.
Yes.
And for 19 years, you were still fucking up.
Yeah.
You're giving out this advice that you don't even take yourself.
But no, now the question should be, TK, what have you learned from that situation? Now, let me phrase it.
It took 7 children for you to learn something?
Success.
And now when you're shooting powder is when you learn?
Well, not powder. I'm still
like,
you know,
what?
don't,
there's like nothing left.
No, there's nothing.
You emptied it out.
I'm still healthy. But let me give you the story on this. And you can't teach nobody nothing. You ain't been through nothing.
How much do you have to go through?
Let me finish, because what you're doing, you're playing judge here, and you can't play judge.
I won't judge. Go ahead.
All she has done thus far is judge him. I feel like I'm watching some type of inverse of a red pill conversation, because she is treating him like he ain't the one that got her 100-some thousand views on this little podcast channel where you only got 6,000 subscribers.
If you're going to be in this position and you're interviewing me,
I'm not interviewing. I'm having a conversation.
You have to be open-minded that people's lives are not always planned or strategized the way other people think their lives should be.
Okay.
So what I've learned in this tape, and a lot of comments, a lot of people think the same way that you think as well, right? But the thing about that story is not to be depressed, understand your life, because I said it in there. I feel bad that I've done that. Because I wish I could have been the traditional. Let me finish.
Traditional.
Let me finish my story.
Sorry. You take forever.
Yeah, but I like to talk slow.
I've been telling this man, he talks like elevator music.
You still interrupting me.
2x.
And I have if you keep interrupting me, I can't get my message across, and you come out looking like you really control this conversation, and I want to get my point across.
Turn the mic.
Okay, so my point that I'm making is, you go through life, you deal with certain things, and what makes a man to me is you accept the things you've done. But if you could teach people not to make the same choices that you made, not mistakes, choices that you made, whether someone's in Ghana, whether someone's in Oakland, California, and they hear me say that, and they go, wow, I don't want to be in that same position that TK was talking about, and this is what I'm going to do so I don't end up in that same situation. It's just
so
that
you're like the savior. You fuck it up real bad. So
it doesn't matter if I'm a savior. The purpose is we all are God's children. We all have to do things to give back. So I did what I had to do in that situation, and I apply it to the podcast, and I share with people. Now, different people are going to get what they want out of it. Like you look at it that way.
You want to be Nick so bad.
No. I'm older than Nick. So Nick
wants to be you.
Yeah. So I'm older than him. My point that I'm making, any man, if you can learn from my situation, find one woman and stick with that one woman.
I just love how it's usually the men that can't keep it in their pants, the man that don't value a woman, the man that can't be in a relationship, the one that goes and tells us, go find one woman. You know who I'm going to take that advice from? From the man that has had the one woman. From the man that knows how to value a woman, that has with their actions on a daily basis shown how they value women. That's who I want to take the advice from. Not the one who's still walking around state to state, putting their thing into anything.
She is irritating me so bad, because if the information is useful, it don't matter who gave it to you. For example, I decide to give something to a homeless person. Say like I go and I bring them a meal, and they go ahead and they tell me, hey, whatever you do, make sure that out of each of your checks, you put 25% of it up. Like, put 25% of your check up so you don't wind up like me. Why would I not listen?
You know how much fucking you got to be doing raw?
Yeah.
In order to procreate 7 children with different women all the time?
You're talking about over 30-something years, though.
No, we're talking about over 19 years.
No, we're talking about over the course of 21 years. Perhaps if you was not trying to rush this elderly man to get his thoughts out, you would have heard the ages of his children. 37, 32, 26, 22, 21, 20. 16. So if we take the biggest number, 37, and we subtract that by 16, we get 21, not 19. I was trying to put that in her comments, but the little bitch muted her comments. 7
children. By children number 3, let's say.
Yeah, but that's your opinion, sweetie.
That is just logic.
It's millions of people, men, that had that type of situation.
Right. And how much are you paying child support?
Yeah. I don't pay nothing in child support. Like, I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm still
on different
a good dad.
But you don't pay child support?
Why would I pay child support?
So you take them to school every day. You take them to the doctor's offices. You take them to practices.
I
you
mess
take them
with
to the
women
play
that got
dates?
themselves together.
Okay. Spoken like a true toxic man.
But
you know what it takes physically? I would rather
Yes.
today, where I am today, I'm doing it alone.
Yes.
And it's hard. But you know how easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes, yes.
And she has to, like this morning, I'm at the radio station. She got to take him to school.
Yes.
She sometimes has to take him to practice.
But you don't have no help. My kids, I help their mothers.
That's their mother. How do you help them? With
No,
what? If you're not
understand.
there with time and you're not there with money, how are you helping them?
Yeah, but I am there with time and I'm there with money.
How can you? You're one person, 7 kids, 7 states.
My kids are grown.
When they weren't.
I did it when they was grown.
They didn't grow.
When they was babies.
So they popped out of the vagina at 30?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, no, what I'm saying to you, when my kids was
from
born,
from 0 to 18, how much?
A lot of time, and we're still close.
What
to
are the
this
ages?
day.
Do you even know the ages?
Yes, 37 to 16.
No. Give me 6.
Yeah, 37, 32, 26, 22, 21, and 20 and 16.
So you have 3 that are a year apart.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and they're all in the same state?
No.
So when those 3 kids, let's just focus on 3 out of the 17 you got. Those 3, they're growing up and they have to do like that, those first 5 years of their lives.
Yes.
How often could you have possibly been
That's
there?
true. But so
were you paying child support then?
I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Like, why would I pay child support? I'm not a bum.
Because did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so
But you talk so fast, you don't let people get their thoughts out.
You just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't pay child support.
You put people on the.
Okay, so
no,
all these
when
children
I say I
pay.
No. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my fans.
Child support.
Let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, 2x.
Thank you. Yeah, make sure. When I say don't pay, that's the communication gap.
Okay.
When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything. I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of them.
Can you explain to me what it looks like for you to have to take care of
the school,
kids?
clothes, trips, etc.
Okay, what about they live in the house with their mom 24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
Yeah, when they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old not right now. So you still have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like
It's
right
amazing.
now today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like?
What do you mean? What it looks like
for the 16-year-old right now? What does that look like? How do you take care of him? It's a boy,
visit. Right? We hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah,
Pay
he
for
goes to school. Yeah, I don't take him to school. No, he's 16. No.
So who drives him to school?
His mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
Do you pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
And keep in mind, his youngest child is a minor. The youngest child is 16. All other his 6 kids is grown. Every single bill that this lady listed, car insurance, transportation, housing, the lady would have had that anyway, whether or not she had a child. So why should the child father help? Now, when it comes to food, paying for whatever his child's portion of the groceries, okay, that's an argument to be made there. But everything else, like, no, those are wifey benefits. Y'all want to be baby mamas, but whenever y'all break up, y'all want to get the same benefits that a wife would get. Get married if that's the case. Ain't no way he should be financing you, and that's just your baby daddy.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs.
So every month you don't.
I don't see.
So she has to ask you for it.
See, here's the thing that's structured with most women, and this is how you're thinking. You're thinking, I need X, Y, and Z, but there's some women on this planet who move a certain way, and when they need something, because if you got your stuff together.
So how about you get your stuff together?
Some women will say, "Baby, I need this," and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby's daddy.
No.
I was always told growing up that you can catch more bees with honey than shit.
No.
We made a mistake, right? Remember?
There you go again with the energy and your toxic energy.
I'm not toxic.
And the way.
I am matter of
Let me finish.
factly.
And your energy influences negativity. You don't stay calm. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm giving you my point. When you do all that, and the tone of your voice creates that type of energy.
Okay, I'll speak
so
soft.
what I'm saying to you is, there's people on this planet that just totally move a different way. You're not child support. You're not a judge.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do is say what you would like for your life. You can't say what's good for somebody else's life because everybody moves
There is not
differently.
one mother. Find me one mother in this world. I don't care what language they are, what country they're from. One mother that is okay with raising time-wise
I'm listening.
and financially their child with the dad saying, yeah,
I know 5 of them.
Call them right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop her video there. That's all I can manage to bear at this point. So go on over to her channel if you want to finish it, but I'm just gonna give my closing remarks, my thoughts, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. So, one, I don't like how she spoke to this man. That is an elderly man. She said somewhere in I think she's 37, 36. She really should not be speaking to him like they on the same level because they're not. Age-wise, and they're not career-wise. I have no clue who this lady is. I don't even know her name. I know who TK Kirkland is. That's a guest on a podcast that you're hosting that you're more than likely not paying him for, considering the fact you got less than 7,000 subscribers on the page. I'm just going to assume you did not pay him and he did this as a favor and that's how you treated him. I do not appreciate the manner in which she talked to him at all. But moving forward, I really don't agree with the child support system. I don't like it at all. I do think it is ruining a lot of children's opportunity to have active fathers. I'm going to tell you why. So all you have to do if you don't believe me, go over to LawTube, go over to Family Court, and you can watch Zooms all day long. It's hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube, live, court, real life. This is not fiction. Well, you can see exactly what happens in family court. The traditional family court schedule is every other weekend for dads. If there's 4 weeks in a month, that means the daddy only see his kids 4 days out of 30. 13% of the time. What kind of influence can a father have on a kid that they only see 13% of the time? None. And I struggle with the week on, week off, but I get it if you live in the same city. But I'm a 90s baby. I grew up on the Babysitters Club, so I just remember those books, how the girl felt when she had to have like basically 2 separate lives. She had to cut the blanket in half so she could have half at mommy's house, half at dad's. And it's like she had 2 different personalities. And I can only imagine the long-term mental health effects of a child having to live in 2 very different households. Like half the time you could be this way and this is your environment. Half the time this is your environment. Like it has to be mentally taxing on a child to grow up that way. Like I grew up going to see my dad once to twice a year max, and the way I was around him and the stuff he would tolerate completely different than around my mama. Like it was so different, and that's how I learned to like adapt, and it still impacts my personality to this day when I'm around my dad versus my mom's dad. So I struggle with the week on, week off, but also like at the same time I get it. That's got to be a lot better than seeing a child 13% of the time. So I think it's just like kind of up to the parents what they could decide. I've seen where maybe the moms will do 4 days on, 3 days off. That seems to be like a pretty good schedule. Where the dad get the kid on Thursday and then take him to school Monday. That seems like, that's okay. But nonetheless, I think it should be between the parents to decide, because when y'all was bumping and grinding, when nobody but y'all enjoy and getting all that pleasure. So don't bring the courts into it. And also, I don't think that the amount of child support should be based off of the man's income. It should be based off the child needs. Okay, if the child is in sports, if the child needs $200-$300 worth of food a month, if the child has this and that going on at school, whatever have you, let's base the child support off of what the child needs. Because if the child only needs $1,500 a month to take care of everything for them, that means we each need to be paying $750. I don't care. $750, my half, your half. Because that's what the child need. And it don't matter if you make $10 million a year. If that's what the child need, that's what we should be paying. Why should a man have to pay you based off of what he earns. That is something that is really sick because that's what alimony is based off of. And this is why nobody really wants to get married, whether you female or male, because you can get the same benefits, if not more, as a woman if you're not married. And so I think we really just need to stop all this stuff. If we really want to bring healthy, traditional nuclear families back, this shit got to stop. We have to stop treating baby mamas as if they're wives. It's really sick. And I'm going to tell y'all my child support story. So I went through a custody battle with my mama. I had my baby when I was 15. Went through a custody battle with my mama when I was 17. I did not do anything to my child. Like, I'm not that type of person. Nothing like that. She just was really manipulative, and my mom is super smart, well-connected. And so she was somehow able to get a court order and took my baby from me. I had to fight for 52 months between 2 different states because I live in Chicago, my mom in Tennessee. Had to fight to get my baby back from my mom. And it cost me not even hundreds. It cost me about, I think in total I spent $52,000. I had to pay her child support. The state put me on child support because she got benefits. I had to pay lawyers. I had to pay all types of things. Like, it was crazy. And so because of that trauma and spending from age 17 until I was 22, going through that shit, I never put my baby daddies through it. I don't talk to one of my baby daddies. Like, that was a fling. I was 15, he was 20. And we didn't know each other. We had no business hunching. Like, it was just a fling. I was being fast. But his mama, she's involved. And I know my baby daddy, like, he have a whole bunch of kids that's all the same age. My daughter, she has sisters and brothers that's weeks apart. Her daddy got probably, by this time, probably like 13, 14, maybe 15 children. I know he got at least 12. His mom don't even know how many kids he got. So what do I look like sending her put him on child support? I'm not getting nothing. So when I got custody of my daughter back, my mama had my baby daddy on child support and me. I took him off of child support. And like, they really didn't want me to take him off. And I was like, look, I'm not going to do this with y'all. I don't even live in Tennessee. Take the man off child support. I don't want nothing from him. And I just do what I got to do for my kids. We living fine. I'm not on Section 8. I'm not getting no TANF for nothing like that. But I'm not the richest person. But, I'm going to do what I have to do to take care of my kids. My other baby daddy, we was in a relationship, stuff like that. And he has a lot of stuff going on in his life, unfortunately. So his position was he couldn't really provide a lot of financial assistance. His mom got really, really sick. He had to take care of his mama. And so he couldn't really go to work. And then his mom passed and he got other stuff going on. He just, whatever. But because we were in a relationship and like I love him a lot, I could not bring myself to do something to cause intentional harm to him. And not saying I was a perfect girlfriend or anything at all, but we didn't break up because of no cheating or nothing like that. But I care about him. And I don't think I could sit in front of a court and a judge and go against somebody I care about and financially ruin their life. So we have a private agreement. I told him I wanted 50 a week, and he was like, I could do 75. And so as long as he could put $75 a week into a bank account for our baby, or if he could send it to me on Cash App, we cool. But at the end of the day, I chose to have them kids. It was my body. It was my choice. Nobody raped me in these scenarios. So I can't even blame it on like, oh, well, I didn't have a choice in the matter. No, I knew what I was doing when he told me to get up and I sat down. And I will let you use your imagination to figure out what I mean by that. But at the end of the day, as a woman, the burden of taking care of the kids falls on you. When y'all break up, you chose to have that baby. He gets to go off. He gets to have a baby 4 days out of 30. You gonna have a baby them other 26 days. So I advise all young women, stop getting pregnant out of wedlock. It fucks us up. These men, they get to go on with their lives and we don't. And dragging them in and out the court is not gonna make him want you. Dragging him in and out the court is not going to hurt him nearly as bad as it's going to hurt you whenever you ain't got nobody to watch your damn kids so you can go to work. Whenever you don't have no money left over to get your hair and your nails done because you just had to pay a copay because your baby done stuck a button up her nose and now you in the emergency room, they telling you got to pay $800. You know, it really inconveniences us, and this is why we have to be more protective of our wombs. Now, I am off my soapbox. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Assalamu alaikum.